The ongoing economic downturn in China poses severe challenges for brick-and-mortar businesses. On April 15th, a restaurant owner posted a video complaining.
This year, whether doing business online or offline, has been the worst in my more than 10 years in the restaurant business. This is definitely not just complaining and spreading anxiety. Look, these are the orders I've got from 10 a.m. up until now, only about 20 orders, although I haven't used any promotions or offered any free meals. No matter how capable you are, even if you are a jack of all trades, in this poor economic environment, I can say that all your business management and marketing efforts are in vain and meaningless.
Currently, retail stores across all sectors in China are struggling. Shopping malls are deserted, stores are closing down, and there is widespread distress among physical stores nationwide. On April 17th, a curtain shop owner in Haining, Zhejiang posted a video showing the once busy streets now deserted, with not a single person in sight. Many shops have shut down, and even those that are open see no visitors. The curtain shop is also deserted. The owner wrote in the caption, "This is the current state of physical stores. It's so sad. Rent is due again. There are no people on the streets, no business happening in the shop. Should I even keep going? Owning a shop is depressing. 2024 is too hard." The video resonated with many shop owners who expressed their sympathy in the comment section. A user named Lian said, "I've been running my shop for over 10 years, and this year's drastic drop in performance has caused me many sleepless nights. I'm just barely managing." Another user, Following Dreams, commented, "It's the same all over the country. My family shop has been running for 8 or 9 years, and honestly, this year has been even worse than the 3 years of the pandemic." Shop owner Liu Li Dao replied, "I've been doing this for 13 years, and this year with no customers, sales have dropped by at least a quarter compared to last." On April 21st, a clothing store owner in Xiangyang, Hubei posted a video saying,
这是周日中午11点半的大街，这边属于市中心最繁华的地段，没人。
The shop owner wrote in the caption, "Clothing stores are dying. If we don't get it together soon, many will starve." A owner of a woman's clothing store who has been in business for many years further advised in a video against opening new stores this year. "Those of you newbies thinking about starting a shop, forget about it. Business this year is not like before. It's too hard. Hardly anyone comes into the shop, and many days go by without opening. There are many shops on the streets just hanging on. We've been doing this for so many years. Do you think we're satisfied? Not at all. We keep going until we incur losses. Look, I've been in business for 20 years and I might not make it through this year. So don't join our industry. It's too difficult. Just look at the market conditions. If you're someone who has a job, definitely don't quit to start a business. It's too hard. Look around. The streets are as empty as a desert. There's literally nobody around. And even if there are a few people, they aren't here to buy clothes. I never thought it would be worse than during the pandemic." Supermarkets are also struggling. On April 19th, a woman who has run a supermarket for 14 years in a county in Zhejiang stated in a video, "Can you feel the serious economic depression happening? It's a vicious cycle. For example, the poor performance at the supermarket here leads to salespeople not being able to stock up, leading to a drop in sales and causing suppliers or distributors to have an excess of products expiring. Some condiments we received yesterday were already a year past their expiration date by the time they reached us, with typical shelf lives of 18 months to 2 years. Beverages delivered were dated from last September, even some from last August or October, which are only sellable for a few months. Some products have even closer dates, and some managers or salespeople simply say to put them on the shelf and sell what we can. There are even unsold gift boxes from before the new year, thousands of unsold items stuck in inventory. Can you feel it? I do. During the new year, fewer people were giving gifts, many gift boxes went unsold, and we couldn't even return them because they wouldn't sell elsewhere, just accumulating in stock. I can really feel the pressure now. I don't know what's going on this year. In the past, I could even rely on tobacco sales to cover daily expenses and draw in more customers. Look at the prices of cigarettes this year. Have you made any money? Are you feeling anxious or confused? This depressing environment is really stressful. It's almost scary. I don't know what to do. A writer certified by the Hainan Writers Association, known as the Lecturing Frog, posted a video on April 18th stating,
今天是4月18日，现在是上午11点。我所处的位置是海南三亚明珠广场啊，这是海南单体建筑最大的一个大型购物中心。地下是1层，地上8层。现在呀，到了这个季节是三亚是淡季。上午11点呢，应该陆续上人了，但是呢，从1楼到8楼，空荡荡的，见不到几个人。
Public information shows that Sanyan's Pearl Plaza is located in a prosperous area of Sanyan's Central Business District with convenient transportation and easy access to all directions. All bus lines in the city must pass through it. Since the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic in early 2020 and its continued spread, the Chinese government's mishandling of pandemic prevention, together with its relentless pursuit of the costly zero-COVID policy, led various regions to implement extreme lockdown measures. This significantly damaged China's economy, with the retail sector suffering irreversible impacts. Based on data from Yilan Business, in 2022, nearly 7,000 physical retail stores across various sectors announced closures. These included 1,138 supermarkets, 35 department stores, 287 restaurants, 757 beauty and personal care stores, 4,723 clothing stores, and 29 cinemas, among others. In the first half of 2023, at least 8,181 retail stores did not survive into the second half of the year. The closures included 692 supermarkets and convenience stores, 14 department stores and shopping centers, 1,851 clothing stores, 564 food service establishments, and 1,060 stores in other industries. Major brands that closed stores range from Carrefour and Walmart to Suning.com, Bailingfen, and Peachbird. After the pandemic, China's economy did not experience the robust rebound anticipated by the Chinese authorities and the international community. Instead, high unemployment rates, weak domestic demand, and ongoing challenges in the real estate sector have hindered China's economic progress. The Chinese government has also imposed restrictions and censorship on public commentary about the economy. According to media reports, Wu Xiaobo article, "Only by saving the real estate market can we save domestic demand," identified the slump in the real estate market as one of the structural factors behind weak domestic demand. He proposed 5 suggestions, urging the Chinese authority to swiftly make specific legal arrangements and clarifications on property taxes and expiration issues, and reduce mortgage rates for improved housing. He also called for lowering interest rate on existing home loans, completing abolishing price control policies, and rigorously enforcing the 3 arrows and the building delivery policies. The 3 arrows is a framework that was launched in November 2022 to unblock financing channels for China's domestic property development sector. Wu's article sparked a heated discussion among the public. However, his call for market intervention was quickly silenced. In its weekly security tips, Weibo stated that prominent user Wu Xiaobao and some other have been spreading negative and harmful information by hyping up unemployment rates and smearing the security market, posting content that undermines and rejects current policies and administrative systems. Consequently, he was banned for violating relevant laws and regulations. During an interview with Radio Free Asia, Chen Xiaonong, an economist based in the United States, stated that Wu Xiaobo's article correctly reflects the current state of Chinese society. He referenced an article circulating online titled 6 Unusual Phenomena in China, which mentioned that experts who only echo the government's views are completely mistrusted by the public. Chen Xiaonong remarked, articles like these always affirm that the Chinese economy is in a seriously terrible state. Wu Xiaobo's words are not too extreme. He merely transformed some media reports into his own words. Besides the sensitive issue of saving the real estate market, criticizing unemployment rates was also one of the reasons Wu Xiaobo was particularly targeted. In his own channel, Wu's published an article titled Support Those Who Provide Employment, addressing why the employment issue has suddenly become so bleak. He believes that there are two aspects to China's unemployment problem, a reality and an illusion. The reality is the recession of the industrial economy and a collective lack of investment enthusiasm among private entrepreneurs, which has ultimately led to a wait-and-see attitude and a sluggish consumer market. The illusion is the weak capacity of rural areas to absorb excess labor. Wu noted that over the past few decades, every 10 years has seen periodic economic downturns. During these times, migrant workers who were not included in official statistics often face layoffs, obscuring the actual unemployment rate. He posited the current dilemma is that this safety valve for absorbing economic shocks appears to be disappearing. Let's get back to the topic of China's physical retail stores. The pandemic restrictions had an undeniable impact on the physical retail stores. However, even before the pandemic, China's overall economic situation was already sluggish, and the pandemic lockdowns only accelerated the decline. According to statistics from China's National Bureau of Statistics, from January to September 2023, national supermarket sales decreased by 0.4% compared to the previous year. The sales data for the expectedly lucrative Golden Week of October was also particularly disappointing. A survey by the China Chain Store and Franchise Association of 47 supermarket enterprises revealed that over half of them experienced a decline in sales. This is an unprecedented phenomenon in over 30 years of supermarket development. Currently, China's economy is teetering on the edge of widespread deflation, with weak domestic demand once again posing the greatest challenge for the Chinese economy in 2024. In 2022, following a large-scale economic conference held by the late former Premier Li Keqiang, political commentator Zheng Yongnian, considered one of Xi Jinping's economic advisors, wrote an article proposing 10 suggestions on reviving China's economy. The article, which discussed various problems with the Chinese Communist Party's economic governance, was quickly censored in China. Zheng Yongnian began his article by stating, many signs indicate that the Chinese economy is currently facing severe challenges. He highlighted three main issues. First, abnormal capital outflow, including those of foreign and private capital, with many investments initially planned for China gradually shifting to Vietnam, India, and other locations. Second, private entrepreneurs are trapped by the pandemic, facing supply chain and cash flow crises, leading them to either to leave or to lie flat, a term used to describe those who have given up on having a goal in life. A large number of small and medium-sized enterprises have already closed. Third, employment pressures are unprecedentedly high, with the urban surveyed unemployment rate reaching its highest since March 2020, and the youth unemployment rate making its way up to 18.2%. The article also summarized the reasons for China's economic difficulties, citing external factors such as the United States technological blockade and suppression of China, although it did not mention issues like China's technology theft or violations of US export bans. Regarding other challenges, Zheng noted that the rapid growth of neighboring countries, specifically India and Vietnam. He praised Vietnam for its particularly notable reforms in state-owned enterprises, labor relations, rule of law, and transparency, which have attracted global capital. Another factor mentioned was the Russian-Ukrainian conflict that erupted in February of that year, impacting the global economy. Regarding internal factors, Zheng identified four main issues. The first was the negative impact of last year's industry regulation trend on the business environment for private enterprises. The second was the anxiety among private entrepreneurs due to the unpredictability and uncertainty of economic policies. It will take time for them to regain confidence. The third issue involved the so-called original sin of private enterprises theory, a widespread belief in China's economic and legal circles that some unlawful methods used by private enterprises during their capital accumulation. This theory has been amplified through social media, leading to ongoing attacks on private entrepreneurs and increasing their sense of panic. The fourth issue Jen highlighted was the excessive regulatory oversight that businesses still face. He warned that these issues could potentially trigger a chain reaction of risk. If not addressed promptly and effectively, they could turn into systematic risks. Additionally, Jen openly questioned the need for ongoing large-scale infrastructure projects by the Chinese government. He mentioned that these projects have frequently been implemented since the period of opening and reform, particularly in economically developed areas. They are often referred to as bloodshed GDP because they depend on increased government spending. Finally, the article offered 10 suggestions on reviving China's economy, including maintaining policy neutrality, proposing adjustments on the structure of state-owned and private enterprises, and advocating for a free economic environment for large businesses. However, the article was quickly removed from all platforms, including its original publication on the Guangzhou, Guangdong, Hong Kong, Macau Greater Bay Area Research Institute public account, and from repost on Chinese websites like NetEase or Zhenhe Island. It was also taken down from the social media platform Weibo. In June 2023, Wu Xiaobao, a well-known Chinese economic columnist with 4.7 million followers on Weibo, was silenced on the platform after he published an article discussing unemployment rates and criticizing current economic policies.